Okay, it should be streaming to YouTube now. Hello. Hi. It's me. Straight into it tonight, because I don't have a lot of time to hang around. I only sort of got half an hour before I go to jump off already. But I thought I'd go live for just a really short stream. See if anybody wants to come by. But I am otherwise about to script out a video for the stream. Not for the stream, sorry, but for the videos that I want to do for my regionals run. We need some music first, though. So let me find some. Scroll down, scroll down. Hey, Delta. Thank you for your congrats. Much appreciated. I don't know what to say. Let me just adjust this music so it's not too loud. And then what I need to do is do a very quick sound check. So I'm actually just gonna really quickly pop over to the starting screen while I set that up. I just have to reach over and get my headphones. Yeah, and just make sure it all sounds good. Hopefully it sounds good. But thank you, Delta. Doing things a little out of order tonight. Now I gotta find my stream, my channel. Go to myself. Now how does that sound? Yeah, that sounds alright. So, now I can pop the stream off, take out those headphones, put my main ones back in. Production is important, it's not enjoyable unless we do this. So I'm going to now switch back to Pokemon. And I'm just gonna play and I'm gonna script and I'll answer any sort of questions at the same time too. So let's take this list, and here it is. 6th place, Brisbane Regional Championships. And to be honest, it's a real hodgepodge of a deck. But it worked. It worked, mate. Let's take it in. Changes? No. What? Don't be weird. Alright. Suicune, Inteleon, Arceus, go. And we'll play while I work on a script. And if anybody's got questions, if they end up watching, if anybody tunes into the live, I'd be happy to answer them. Oh yeah, I want to get my camera up here, so I always put the camera up so I remember that I'm meant to be looking at the camera while I stream. So in my script, I'm up to what it was like on day 1. So I thought it'd be interesting to talk a little bit about what the sign-in and setup process is. I should also talk about needing to sign up. So I'll just put a thing that says signing up. Unexpectedly, sign-ups became full around Monday, the week of about a week away from the event. This is my formatting being weird, probably because this is a Google document. So it's my turn now. We can go fleet-footed first. So it's got to be a level ball, right? It's actually a bit rough. Hey, we're gonna attach the cape, and that way this doesn't destroy us. We're gonna play Path to the Peak as well, and just shut down their abilities, at least with the Arceus V. And we'll see how they go. You know what would be hype? If I ran into my own deck on the ladder. That would be sick. That would be like... That would be sick. So while they're playing out their turn... yeah, so on the Monday of the tournament, Delta, so you start a new account on PTCGO. It'll be the one that you migrate to live when it goes global. Yeah, very good. Alright, good one. Well, remember, we have the guide on how to trade effectively. So, if you want to build out that account, just give that one a go. Now, let's see what happens here, because they can't... If they have the Pump Kaboo, I'll be very impressed. Wow. Are we playing against our own deck? I don't know. Probably not. It's probably just... It's probably not Suicune, right? But there is water energy. That would be phenomenal. If we were playing against our own deck. I want to see the Suicune come out. So bad. Please. It's Path. Oh, yeah! give those. Wow. Oh, they didn't V-Star. What's going on with that? Don't need to, I guess. Wow. Did I meet anyone I know? I met heaps of people I knew. Everybody was ready to come back for Pokemon cards. And because I've been playing for a very long time, I had a lot of people to catch up with. So that was fun. We're grabbing out the energies here because we really need to thin the deck. We're in a lot of trouble, as you can see. Let's Rondo. And at least put up a fight. Okay? So we're going to get knocked out and the Arceus is going to accelerate energy to the Suicune. This is epic. I'm losing to the deck that I made. First game online. That's so cool. Alright, we're gonna go Escape Rope. And we'll just use Keep Calling, I think. How much slower do I think people played at Brisbane in general compared to pre-pandemic? Or were people good on time? It's a good question. I think it was hard to play until time. Like, I had very few games hit the 50-minute mark, and that's because of the way the format is at the moment, with all the really fast decks. Or just the fact that games were over pretty quick. So, I didn't really have a problem with it, Jake, but I think it was more like a player thing more than a consequence of, like, you know, all the rules around not being able to handle your opponent's cards and things like that. So it was fine. I think we lose. I can't be mad about losing to this, but yeah. What do? They had a better start. It's like, can this work? Can this happen? So if I Drizzile here, what would I need? I would need to already have a Pokemon V in play. So yeah, put it this way, Jake. The good players were fast, and they were playing fast decks. And the format is quick enough that the potential consequence of not being able to just at will look at your opponent's deck and things like that, yeah. You know, what I would do is I would just tell my opponent what cards I was looking for in their discard pile. Obviously, you give away a bit of information, but let's do this. How do I play out this turn? It really feels doomed here. It really feels doomed. I think it's like a pretty strong scoop here. Let's do this. Let's be annoying. Okay. And then you scoop up the Drizzile. Which I didn't really want to do that right, but like, what choice do I have? Maybe I just money them. I mean, it's kind of like a pretty rough situation to play out of. I kind of want to just go like for Arceus and try and just get a little bit lucky with my top decks. Yeah, I see. I see your concern there, Jake. Okay, so this could work. This could work. Let's do this. We'll pick up the Drizzile. I'm trying to think like how. So we can do this, right? We can do that. We'll pick up a trainer. And then the trainer that we want is like not Quick Ball, because I want to keep the... Oh, I don't really need the Sobble. Yeah, I'll take Quick Ball. Oh, my Pumpkaboo's gone. That's a shame. We take the right hand, I suppose. I like trying to do too many things at once. I forgot that I just didn't get knocked out last turn, so... It's so stupid. Oh! Can we get out of this? Maybe I just like rip a research. Let's just do it. Heck yeah. Yeah, DTE. We should be able to get scoop up net here. Let's check. No scoop up net. Sad boys. Sad boys. Might be alright though. So I'm gonna keep that in hand rather than just throwing it down. And we'll wait a turn. Let's see if they just top deck nothing again. Hey, that works. So I'm very worried about putting this down. But I don't have too much of a choice. So what I can search for something like Cape to protect it. So let's have a look. It's not in the deck either. Okay. Just hang on to this. So I'm gonna do this, do that. Tree. Just one energy. No cape, unfortunately. I was discarded. My bad. We played it earlier in the game. Tool Jammer might have been alright too, but we discarded that. Surely the boss's orders comes out here. Ooh, they're missing the last Pokemon, which means that they don't have the 220 for Arceus. Okay, now, yeah. This is why I needed the cape. Oh, GG. I lost to my own deck. That was pretty rad. Let's see if we can see the deck list. Yeah, that looks like my list. Yep. 2 nets, yep. Yep. 4, yep, 1, 2. 2 boss, 3 Melanie, Raihan, 2 belts, cape, jammer. Yeah, they're playing my deck. That's pretty cool. I think I've made it in life when I run into my own deck list. That's quite funny. And I got trounced. Look, to be honest, Jake, the Tool Jammer, so thank you for asking me. The Tool Jammer was like a 1 AM the night before submission inclusion. Okay? It was... I even forget, like, what I was even testing in its place. But I had a card, and I was like, I'm gonna cut it, but I'm not sure what I want to put in. And I think that... So when I think about Pokemon cards, I think about cards that can do double duty. Yeah, exactly what you're saying, Jake. So it's kind of like a big charm. It's kind of like a way to, you know, you discard, you stop the choice belt, you stop the Cape of Toughness, you can stuff up Air Balloon as a mechanism for retreating your active Pokemon. It's like, it does like a bunch of different things, but maybe not as well as each thing that it's trying to emulate. But what it achieves by doing that is it only takes up 1 card slot. So it was kind of like the 60th card, I wasn't sure what I wanted in it. And I didn't think at the time that I wanted the Fan. I didn't think that I wanted Fan. I think in retrospect, Fan would have been pretty good. But at the time, I thought that Tool Jammer would be cool as an inclusion. It is suspect to include it. When you think about it, you only get to attack with 3 Pokemon in the deck. You know, 3 2 prizes. So having more than 3 tools is probably not the play. Or at least running like 2 capes. Because I think what I missed, or what I would have really liked, is just extra HP on the Arceus V. For situations where, for whatever reason, I wasn't able to get 2 Arceus into play. Because it's a very real outcome that your opponent can just one-shot the Arceus when you're playing against Mew. So I think the most cuttable cards are Tool Jammer, and you could probably cut Pumpkaboo. Pumpkaboo was useful in 1 game, but other than that, it's not like essential. It's not essential. I got more use out of the Pumpkaboo boosting Suicune's damage output. So, you know, what does that say to you? I think something else that could sit on the bench and be useful would be good. Even like Dunsparce I think it is. The one that removes weakness would have been good. But yeah, the jank in this deck list is kind of the consequence of limited playtesting. Which, you know, that's what having a tournament on the first weekend of a set's legality produces. You know, it produces jank. I've got a lot to say about my run-up to the tournament. It's all going to be in my script, which will be interesting. That was a funny game to play out. Very funny. You've been playing a one-off path count to counter just to Starbirth once, and it worked well. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the other thing that Pump Kaboo does too. It stuffs other Paths to the Peak decks. It gives you an out. So. But you could reason to cut it. Like if you wanted to cut it, I'd say go for it. And I would say to anybody willing to give this deck a go, please put your own spin on it. Cut cards, add cards. I think that the one part that I wouldn't budge on is 4 Path to the Peak. It's too good. Until people stop playing Mew, Path to the Peak's really good. It also gives you like a good Duraludon matchup and all sorts. And like there's, you know, things like Gengar, you could stuff their Crobat really hard with Path to the Peak, although I beat Gengar without Path in play pretty much the whole game. So, just to talk a little bit about how it was only 2 DT, it was fine. It was fine because I looked to use Starbirth to search for double turbo. It's all about just facilitating that first attack and trying to get Path on the same turn. So, yeah. It's crazy that the game is so quick at the moment that going first and playing into like Mew VMAX, it still doesn't feel like you could play fast enough. I think that deck would be a lot more tolerable for me if the basic Mew V had 1 retreat. That's how I would nerf that deck. I would give a retreat cost to the Mew. Because it's ridiculous at the moment. And even then it wouldn't be that big of a nerf, but it would be a fairly significant hit to their turn 2, like going second. Makes it much harder to expect to just one-shot with Meloetta. Because you got 1 more combo piece to dig for. But even then, I'm not sure. It's kind of like... So, like, you could expect to draw into Switch, right? But I think what it does is during your first turn as the Mew player going second, it forces you to make a decision where you're like, am I or aren't I going to go for the Meloetta? Because if you get the Switch card before you know if you can get the 3 Fusion Strike energy into play, you've got to commit to it. If you don't have a free retreat. I guess like instead of Switch you would just start running Air Balloon. But then if you're running Air Balloon and you happen to start with Mew, then you're forced to not be able to attach a retreating card, but then you can start running Shopping Center. So yeah, it's a bit... Yeah, I don't know. Hard one to balance. DT is so strong in Mew VMAX. So I'll talk a little bit more. So I'll just queue up another game. Really difficult to come up with a single change that would nerf Mew but not destroy it. Yeah, because I don't think it's fair to like nerf the deck into the ground. but it's hard to note. Roxanne Path next format would be enough to knock it down. True. I even thought about like Avery when I was considering Ice Rider Calyrex. I was thinking about including like an Avery. Seems like it would have been alright. So I see a Cheryl. Some kind of healing deck. Jolteon. This is a bit spooky for us. We do have Cape, so that helps, but... So we need Calyrex. Jammer helps here as well. Turn off the elemental badge. So we're going to turn to Jammer, Escape Rope, once we get the Arceus. And then Path. So we go 1. Grab Arceus. Yep, Jammer. Path. Escape Rope. Marnie. Turn to Marnie Path. Let's see if they can do anything about it. Okay. Got Research. And we've got the Raihan if they manage to take a knockout on the Sobble. So now they have to commit another energy to the Jolteon. Play a lot, then you can basically just put a single Arceus and play nothing else. Yeah, true. That's a good strategy. I wouldn't have thought of that, Jake. If Jolteon becomes popular, it might have to consider Manaphy as well. Could be an option. It helps having Suicune. Sorry, not Suicune. It helps having Cape to attach to the Suicune. See what happens. Uh-oh. Getting roped. That means they can attack for 1 energy. Does mean we have Raihan though, so that's cool. Hopefully we don't take bench damage. Of course. Of course. Oh, we're not going to be able to Raihan because we haven't got any energy in the discard pile. F. Play the Research. That is unfortunate. I'm really not selling this deck very well, am I? Oh my gosh. How did I win any games with this? Who knows? Hey, no problem, Jake. Thanks for tuning in and having a chat with me. I hope you stick around for videos in the future or streams. Otherwise, take care. Have a good one. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna accelerate the energy. Okay. Cry. They really got us with the escape rope, dude. How did I win any games? I feel like I was getting flogged online. Like, I was winning games, but I was also getting wrecked. Definitely coming back. I'm glad to hear it. Thanks, Jake. We'll see you next time, then. Using the fan on the Arceus. Interesting. They're 10 damage short too. They need to find the damage. Yeah, that'll do it. What do they do it to though? Do they do it to the Arceus or this one? They're gonna try and keep this one active. Yeah, that's a bit rude. Oh. Yeah, that'll do. I wonder why they did it like that, though. They should have done 10 damage here and then 20 over here. Should have done it in the other order. I wonder if they can even attack this turn. Because... yeah, okay. So now they need the energy. Will they hit it? Who knows? Did you get it? You did. You cheeky Jolteon. Okay. Well. It's a rough one, boys. We're struggling out here. I'm not selling this deck very well. Let's play Arceus. I'm gonna do this and get Bucket. And then I'm gonna Mani them. Mani. Might as well. Trini. Oh. But of course, we don't have the Tool Jammer anymore, which would have been really good in this position. Never mind. We're out here trying. It's looking pretty bleak. They are held back in the amount of damage that they can do. It's going to take 3 turns for this Jolteon to knock us out. Even with the quick shootings. Unless they get 2 in play, then it might be sooner than that. Let's see. We'll see. So while this turn is playing out, I'm also just working on the script. So what was interesting, a week out from regionals, signups became full. So they actually turned off signups and said the event was full. So it was a bit of a, a bit of a hubbub when that happened. This is not great. Not great, this scenario. I think we lose. What if you played like a healing Arceus where you just ran like hyper potions and just kept like Trinity Nova attaching to yourself? That would be pretty cool. My partner's home, so I might have to call it here. We'll try and play this out to the bitter end, but after this game, I'll have to end it. It's very impromptu signing on to stream tonight because I really only had like 30 minutes to do it, 45 minutes, something like that. Hey, grape juice, new? And the free-to-play video helped you out. I'm really glad to hear it. There's still time to build out a collection before live is available to everyone. I think that it will be easier to get into as a new player once live drops. By the looks of things, they've created a whole bunch of like quasi, like semi-competitive decks for you to start with in that game. So it'll be really good for you as a new player. You've picked a good time to come into it. Thank you for the congrats as well. To be honest, I surprised myself. I just didn't think that I would get as far as I did, but I did. So look forward to a video. I'm currently working on a script, and I'm gonna do like a good job for a tournament report. So we're all hungry for the lists and analysis of like how the deck works and stuff like that. I don't want to just do that. I want to talk about what the experience is like. Because for a lot of people who have picked up the game in the last couple of years, you probably haven't been to a large-scale event. So some of us have been able to compete in tournaments and whatnot, but nothing Premier level, so official Pokemon events. So I'm really keen. I don't know why this game's taking so long. Calm, mate. Just attack. Attack twice, you win. I'm not selling this deck very well. I know I've said that like 10 times, but I think people who play on PTCGO are pretty good at this game. Alright, let's take a KO just for fun. Here we go. We're gonna knock out the Jolteon. Goodbye. GG. And that's it. Look, that's all the time I've got for tonight. I will try and record something tomorrow and have it uploaded maybe the next day. I actually don't know because I got a bit of a wonky week this week, but I do want to get something out ASAP. I do want to get something out soon. So, look, for those of you who tuned in for those games, thank you. Expect more from me, and I'll see you next time. So take care and goodbye.